Hey folks, hope you're all well this Wednesday. The bigger picture in the industry that's at play right here. And the meaning of the bigger picture at play is that there's something strategically that's happening, there's something that's bigger out there, there's something that's more meaningful that's going on behind the scenes. And I'm here to tell you there's nothing behind the scenes here, but there's something larger at play that's happening within our industry on a global level. Let me give you a bit of background. Today, I'm very privileged. Every quarter, I have the opportunity to sit down in what's called a fireside financial chat. Now, if you're a director, you've owned a business, you kind of know how these financial chats go. Every quarter, you review your numbers, what the performance been. Maybe if you're a director, you're looking at what dividends you're about to pay or what money you potentially have to put into the business. With our model, a global platform, every quarter we meet and we have the incredible opportunity as stakeholders, shareholders, people and agents that have equitable interests in the organisation. And this morning at the early hours of Australian time, we met globally across all the countries we operate in to present the Q1 2025 quarter performance for our model eXp Realty and eXp World Holdings. Now, just for a little bit of background for those that might not know, you're thinking, well, it's not the end of the quarter. In America, the Q1 2025 snapshot was from January to March 2025. And it's a real honour to sit in the forum and the space with some people that have done incredibly well in business, within real estate, whether it be from transactional to talent attraction, through to just scaling and growing phenomenal business, multiple seven-figure businesses, hearing from our incredibly talented and super visionary person, Glenn Sanford, who started this incredible model from the beginning, a man with incredible wealth, still working and on the tools and hands-on in the business to this day. But as I sat in that room with, hundreds of people across the globe, as the company reported its financials, it reminded me of the days when I was a listing and selling principal, a director of a company. And I used to resent these financial catch-ups with the accountant every quarter because it was daunting, nerve-wracking. Did the company perform? Did it break even? Are we paying ourselves a dividend? Or do we run at an operative loss? And I understand and appreciate there's many business owners out there that might be watching this right now that have probably gone through those anxious feelings, and you don't look forward to those quarterly catch-ups with your account to, look at the previous quarter performance. G'day, Timmy Hosking. How are you, mate? Speaking of a man who does incredible, phenomenal numbers that's highly profitable, there's a man that's running a wonderful balance sheet of profit. But it just reminded me, sitting there today, reporting on the quarter one financials 2025 for eXp Realty, how fortunate we are to have the opportunity to tap into a global financial business and model, right? And I'll just share with you some of the numbers, just so you understand the sheer scale and size of this, because I know here in Australia, we're not as big as we are in North America as a model, but we're definitely growing. And if you're an agent watching this that's maybe considering options and you've looked at us and you're a little bit unsure who we are, I want to share with you the sheer scale and size of who we truly are. Not on a local level, not just on a national level, but a global level, because the numbers will absolutely floor you, as they did me this morning. But also maybe if you're a consumer watching this, you're a seller, you're a buyer, you're a developer, you're an investor, whatever you might be, you need to understand that any model you deal with, whether it's for the size of their brand, their network, their independence, you need to have consumer confidence. I get that. And I want to share these numbers with you as a consumer. If you deal with us, eXp Realty, any agent out there in the trenches right now as an eXp Realty agent, this is the sheer size of the model that you're engaging by empowering and employing and engaging that agent to sell your home. So Q1 2025 revenue from January to March for eXp Realty globally, $1 billion, folks. Now, I've never sat in a quarterly financial catch up with my accountant and looked at that sort of revenue in a quarter. But to be part of a company, an organisation, a brand, a network globally with $1 billion in revenue in a quarter, that's mammoth. That's huge. That's massive. And that should absolutely give you confidence, whether you're a transactional agent looking at us or whether you're a consumer that's thinking of dealing with an eXp Realty agent. We were 6% up on real estate sales volume per transactions year after year. That's pretty good, because as we all know, in many marketplaces, we've been in a market that's been declining with turnover, with listings. Most certainly. We've seen an inventory and stock shortfall in many markets across the country. So for us to be 6% up globally, phenomenal. We're 6% up on our increase in end cash flow. Right now, as it stands, folks, we as a business have $115.7 million in cash reserves. Don't know many businesses in Australia, very expensive to do business in, have 115 million in cash reserve right now. Now, when you have cash in abundance, there's a lot you can do with it. Reinvesting, you can put money back into your branding, your marketing, your tech. And for industry agents that are watching this, you know, the evolution of AI is at a pace that's exceeding our own industry. We can't keep up. And we as a company, because we have such a surplus of cash reserves right now, are investing in AI tech platforms and partnering with them. We're actually acquiring or becoming an owner in the model or in the platform or in the tech itself, so that we can create an incredible tech stack through these cash flow reserves to run efficiencies, to give more value, and to make a better end-to-end experience both for our agents and their clients and consumers. We're 103% increase in international revenue year over year. So that's where they look outside of America typically, and the international expansion and footprint that is eXp Realty globally. We are in 26 countries right now, soon to be 27 this year, and our big goal is to be in 60 countries over the next 10 years and to have 1 million agents as part of that global footprint and network. Our NPS score, this is what we call our Net Promoter Score. So this is where we essentially survey our staff, our agents, and how happy they are, happy they are within our model and network. Because as we know, happy agent, happy business, happy consumer experience. So when sometimes I have a transaction completed for myself, for example, I get an NPS survey where I have the opportunity to review, rate, and provide feedback on the experience for myself as a transactional agent plugged into eXp Realty, right? So we're very transparent. We see that feedback, we hear it, we listen to it, and we implement and change and adapt and pivot based on our agents' feedback, because the backbone, our core, at the heartbeat of everything we do is our members, our agents. And we just know that if we create a very safe and productive and efficient ecosystem for our members and agents, it's going to create an amazing experience for you as a consumer. But our agent NPS score was at 78 compared to 73 in Q1 2024, which tells us our agents are up and happy and performing and producing. And that's reflective of our revenue, of our transactions 6% up year over year, and our $115.7 million in cash reserves right now as a company and organization. Here's a crazy statistic. If you are a transactional agent and thinking, you know, maybe in my marketplace I don't see XP too much, maybe you're looking at us online in Australia, whatever it is, there's some of the biggest models and franchises you can think of in Australia that will not have ever in their history entirely achieved these sort of numbers. In Q1 2025, eXp Realty settled over 90,000 transactions. I don't know any brand or network that you could think of, that I know of, that has settled 90,000 transactions within 1 quarter. Massive. So keep in mind, folks, fellow industry agents, sellers, buyers, investors, developers, buyers, agents, everyone in between, when you're dealing with eXp Realty, we might not have the local shop front in your street of the local suburb you're in. That's not us. The reason we have 115 million in cash reserves is because we have no debt in our business. We are very agile. We can pivot with speed and agility very quickly for that reason. But just understand this, 90,000 plus transactions within 1 quarter. That's huge, and that should give you absolute confidence whether you're dealing with us or looking at us as a potential agent, principal, team leader, organizational builder that wants to partner with our model. Those numbers, they don't lie. Perhaps if you're a consumer, hopefully that gives you reassurance of when you're dealing with an eXp Realty agent that we're not just local, we're absolutely national, but we are massively global. Keep that in mind, folks. If you've got any questions about eXp Realty, reach out to me or any of our collaborative business entrepreneurs and partners that are eXp Realty as well. Thanks for tuning in on these Q1 2025 earnings for eXp Realty globally. Phenomenal numbers, and something I'm incredibly proud and honoured and to be an equitable stakeholder and shareholder in. Because as they say in life and in business, play the long-term game like property. You're always going to get ahead. So agents, don't always just focus on the commission split. Think about where you're going to be in 10, 15, 20 years' time. What does that picture look like for you in your current environment and model? Maybe it can be better off in a $1 billion company in revenue in 1 quarter that has 115 million in cash reserve right now to invest into our model that powers and partners and collaborates with you as the industry agent. Happy Wednesday, folks.